Thank you very much. Good morning, Coach Petrino.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning. Again, to everyone on the call, we're now joined by head coach Paul Petrino of Idaho. If you have a question for Coach Petrino, please press *1, your telephone's keypad at this time. Coach, before we get to that, can you give us your thoughts on last week's game against Troy and the upcoming game against Louisiana Monroe?
Yeah, I think last week's game, I thought we started out fast, had a nice opening drive, went right down the field, but then settled for a field goal. I think that hurt us, not getting a touchdown. Then we got a turnover and, settled for another field goal. So those were two drives I think we needed to take the opportunity of getting touchdowns on the board when you play a really good team like Troy. Then our third drive, I thought we did a great job of driving it down the field, and then, got stopped on 4th and 2. And then I think Troy kind of got the best of us the rest of that quarter. I was proud of our players. They came out and played hard in the fourth quarter, and we won the fourth quarter. But, you just got to give your hats off to Troy. They got after us, and they did a good job. And now it's just time to get back to work and improve and get ready to go beat a real good Monroe team. I think their quarterback's playing really good. Garrett Smith, I think he likes to run the ball. He can throw it, does a lot of different things. They played Georgia Southern really tough, had a chance to win it at the end, missing a field goal. Defensively, they bring a lot of pressure. Like to get after you, try to confuse your quarterback and your O-line, and we just look forward to having a great week of practice and going down there and playing the game.
Coach, thank you very much. Going into the Louisiana Monroe game, what you mentioned on the defensive side as well, they like to confuse and give multiple looks. What's really the challenge with taking that road trip down there and scoring points on the Warhawks?
I think the biggest thing is making sure that we're all on the same page as far as the offensive line and the quarterback in our protections and in our running game, and just make all their different looks that they like to bring pressure out of, make sure we get in the right protections and get to the right runs and recognize it and then go execute.
Coach, we had Coach Viator on here earlier, and he mentioned Austin Rico's performance this year, being a weapon for your team. What can you say about him on Saturday and throughout the season for your team?
Austin's just he's just a very special talent, and we've been so lucky to have him the last 4 years. He can do everything. He's been real accurate on his field goals. He did a good job kicking off last week, and he's always a great punter. He puts people in tough situation, field position-wise, and that was one area I thought Austin's always really good, but I thought the rest of our special teams played a lot better last week. That was an area we got better at.
Coach, finally, you're hitting the stretch of conference play. What's really the focus for your team now as you hit this stretch?
I think it's just about getting better every single day and then, finding a way to fight all 4 quarters. And I thought we did a great job of that at Vegas, but I think at Troy, there was a part in the second quarter and the third quarter where we just didn't stay mentally focused enough and stay executing. And that's through this conference stretch, we got to be focused and concentrate and execute for 4 quarters.